Hi guys, welcome to Missy J's Keto Kitchen, and today we are going to be cooking a Spanish dish called steak and onions, and we are going to be using cubed steak for this recipe. So if you're interested and want to learn how, keep on watching. Okay guys, so today we're going to be starting with a half of a medium onion and a half of a green pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all diced up. We're going to go ahead and get our meat out of the package, and we're going to put it in there, and we're going to begin the seasonings. So I will be right back with you, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so we are going to go ahead and start the marinade. I'm going to start with half of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I know that this varies. I guess it depends on the Puerto Rican you're asking today, huh? So we're gonna do a half of a cup of extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm gonna do 1 full cup of apple cider vinegar. That, and I forgot the garlic. How do you forget the garlic? All right guys, I'm gonna grab the garlic and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. So I am gonna do roughly a heaping teaspoon of garlic, but I like garlic, so you guys, you know, some things you're gonna have to play with as far as your recipe is concerned. All right, so get out here for a second and stir this with my knife. It's terrible. Clearly I've got stuff to use, guys. Alright, so in here I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning if I can get it open. So just a rough estimate, about a half going in there. All right, so that is going to be our marinade. All right, so we're going to set that to the side, and then here, let's start laying out our steaks. So again, we're using cubed steak for this. And this recipe, guys, is so good. Alright, so I still have a couple of fillets over there, but let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so guys, from here, I really wish that I could say I had everything pre-measured, but I just kind of sprinkle on my seasonings at this point, so I know it sounds terrible, but hopefully you guys can see just how much I'm actually using. This is garlic powder, guys. So even though we put actual garlic, in our marinade, I still like to use some garlic powder. All right, so that's the garlic powder. Now I have some onion powder, and I'm just gonna do the same. And I'm sorry guys, I know I don't have an actual measurement of the seasonings, but I just kind of throw it all on. Alright, so in here, it's not really oregano. In here, I put my Sazon because I just get so tired of the packets. So I put it in an old seasoning bottle that I had. and it just makes life so much easier. So this is the Sazon, and I just put a good amount to cover the steaks. And I know my mother is gonna watch this and she's gonna say, but Jeannie, I thought, she calls me Jeannie for short for Jeanette, and she's gonna say, Jeannie, I thought I asked you to have measurements. And I'm just gonna have to say, well, Mom, I don't know what to tell you, hon. No, I'm not gonna say that to her. She'll come after me with the chancleta. And for all of you guys who don't know what a chancleta is, it's just, it's a flip-flop or a slipper. As you know, as Puerto Ricans, always chasing somebody with chancletas and wooden spoons. Alright, so I flipped it over and I'm just gonna season this side now. I have not added any salt as of yet. So again, with the salt, Mom, I know what you're gonna say, measurements, but I am using a salt grinder, and she's making fun of me yesterday over the way I say, well, I use 8 to 10 clicks. She's like, can you get it right with the measurements maybe? Alright, so I ran out of onion powder, and I'm just gonna continue with the Sazon. I love Sazon. So this is gonna have to be something you guys are going to determine just how much you want to add in. If you think it might be too much, what I've added. Alright, so I'm going in with the salt. I know, Mother, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it just enough salt to coat it, not much. So I'm gonna add the salt and I will be right back. Alright, so I've added the salt, and clearly I've added some pepper on there. I know it's hard to tell with the amount of salt, but hopefully you can see I did not add too much. I just added enough to give it some flavor. Alright guys, so this now is going to go into the marinade. Now, normally, if this is something that you could prepare in advance, like yesterday, then it would be even better. This way it could just sit in that marinade and get all that flavor absorbed. But if you're making it last minute like I am, it's still gonna come out really, really good. But if you guys can make this in advance, then it would be even better. So let's get these last 2 little steaks seasoned up. Might even be enough seasoning on here. Wishful thinking. Alright, so I'm gonna get this seasoned up. I'm gonna get it in the marinade. I already have my pot over there getting nice and hot. I might have overcooked the oil. Clearly I did, and it's on it low. So anyway, I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back, and I have thoroughly burned my onions and peppers. Not burnt, it's the oil. But the onions, actually I did burn the onions. How nice. I'm on TV burning onions and peppers. Guys, I don't know why you would listen to me cooking, but it is what it is. Anyway. Alright, so normally my mother wouldn't put peppers in her steak and onions, but I happen to love the way the green peppers taste with the meat once it's all cooked up. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna add this all into the pot and just stack them as best as you can. On top of each other is fine because the steam is going to cook a lot of this off. rest of that. I am going to grab a spatula and I'm going to get the rest of that because I always say waste not, want not. We're going to turn this all the way down to sim. On my stove, it gets very hot. You might have to adjust it on yours. And that's it, guys. I'm going to scrape the rest of this stuff out into here. At this point, we are going to cover it. Okay. And we are going to set a timer now for 1.5 hours. All right, so 1 hour and 30 minutes. It is on sim from my stove. Like I said, you guys might have to adjust it. And that's it. This is going to cook for about 1.5 hours, and when it gets back, it's going to be so tender. I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. And I am about to get started on my Spanish cauliflower rice, which is going to pair amazingly well with this. I will make sure to add the link to that, and I will see you guys back here in about 1.5 hours. Hi guys, so it has been 1.5 hours and this is done, and I don't know if you can really tell, but the meat is just tender, soft. So as soon as you even try to touch it with your fork, it is going to break. But this is it, guys. Spanish steak and onions, usually made with only onions. I like the flavor of the green pepper with the sauce, but even with my burnt onions, but shh, don't tell anyone. So even with all of that, it came out wonderful. I went ahead and made my Spanish cauliflower rice, and this is going to be a sample of what me and my husband would eat for our first meal. I say that because we've transitioned to only eating 1 meal a day, so this is going to be it. I have my salad smoothie in here, which is romaine lettuce, my olive oil, and vinegar, and that's pretty much it. So try this recipe out. Definitely try it with the Spanish cauliflower rice, and that's it.